everybody, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So today I wanted to talk about throwing forehand. So I was talking to someone and he wanted to learn, how to throw forehand better. So I started to think about that. What's the best way to learn to throw forehand? The best way to learn to throw forehand is by throwing a forehand flick. So a forehand is a full throw. So if you're going to throw a forehand, you run up, x-step, full throw for distance is a forehand shot. A flick is a placement shot. So a flick is where you're just trying to get your disc, in a certain spot, 100 feet out, 200 feet out, just a placement shot. So on a flick, you don't run up, you throw it from a standstill. So you just kind of stand here, and you can take a step, and then you just throw from here. But it's the best way to learn to throw a forehand, because you eliminate the whole run up. So the whole throw of a flick is just the arm. This is how you throw a flick. And the only difference between this and learning to throw forehand, is the whole run up with your arm back here, coming all the way through. So it's basically condensed it. But the thing is from throwing a flick, it takes the fingers. So your fingers sit in the disc, and then you push with your fingers to throw the disc. And so you basically just sit here, pick your shot, and then you'll just throw it with your wrist and your fingers pushing. But it will help you develop that, and that is your full throw for, forehand. When you run up and throw, you got more body, but the release of the disc is still the wrist and the fingers pushing. So I recommend, if you want to start learning how to throw forehand, learn to throw the forehand flick and use it for all your placement shots. I like to throw either a very overstable disc, and then you could force it over and have it come back, or go ahead and get a disc that's not so overstable and you can get it to glide and then make your right hand turn. So the thing about throwing, the flick though, from the disc, is when you throw the disc, you need to release it so your palm is up. So the disc is lower than your elbow. See, a straight shot on a forehand, is here, flat. But you want your arm just a little below that. You want it here. Because when you're throwing a flick, you're basically trying to get the disc to turn to the right. I'm not trying to throw it straight. If I want to throw straight, I throw backhand. Backhand is a straight shot. So for a forehand, so your wrist is lower than your elbow. So you come in, you get your wrist lower than your elbow, the wrist stays straight. Don't bring it up. You can see how my thumb comes up? A lot of times you'll come in here and you'll rotate this thumb up. You see how my hand's coming up, cupped up? And you're gonna throw it with the nose up. So the wrist stays straight. As you release the disc, push with the fingers on the bottom, and your palm stays on top. Don't rotate your wrist over like this. That's when you get that weird off-axis torque on the disc and it'll wobble on you. So if you come in, it's just right here, palm up, push with these two fingers on the push. And that's how you would throw the flick. So two fingers tucked under the bottom and push. Then when you come in, it's just here and then push. And then your arm will finish up here. But by eliminating, like I said, the whole run up, it makes it easier just to focus on here. So it's just real simple. You know, you're kind of just here. You take your setup, and then you would just walk up and then throw from here. Just right there, just a step and throw. Let me see if I can, so if I throw here, I'll just throw it over here. So you just hold the disc on just below the elbow. Do a couple pushes with your fingers. Push. That's the throw. So from here, you just step and throw. Stay bent down. Don't stay up. Down here. So you're just here, and then you're going to push it with the fingers. And then there's just a hit with the fingers right here. As you throw that, so because it's just a flick and I'm not really using my body a lot, on a forehand you're going to walk through with the throw. Like if I do an x-step throw, if I come up, x-step, throw, you would stride through. So you would step through with the normal forehand throw. On a flick, because it's really just your arm, sometimes you'll end up just staying here. But it's okay to step through with it like this. So the first one I threw, I kind of just stayed here. Now I'll step through. So you're here, take your shot angle, wrist down, and then just step in with it. And what that's going to do is it just allows your arm to push through a little further. So for a shorter shot, I might not step through. For a short shot, I might just stop. I might just sit here and throw from here. Because I'm not needing a lot of power. So I'm just stepping through, transferred my weight, but my foot stayed on the ground. But then if I want to try to throw it farther, I'm going to step through. So then I'm here. And I'm going to step through with it so I can keep pushing with my arm, and then release it. So the main thing, like I said, if you want to learn how to throw forehand, you want to start by learning how to throw the flick. Just a placement shot. Build your wrist. Got to hit hard with the wrist, hard as you can, just like this. Just push with the fingers, just like that. That is the throw. And remember, arm tension when you throw this. Don't relax the arm when you're throwing forehand. Tighten the arm, put tension in it, then throw. Tension, throw. So anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. Don't forget to subscribe.